harmony. I should just live for me.
今日は藤井風さんのグレイス聞いてみるよ。 Let's find out! こんにちは、全人類と友達になる男、僕がミスター藤井です。そして
バイロンです。
今日のテーマは藤井風さんのグレイス聞いてみよう。
Full grace. It's like this movement. Like a flower, like fluttering through the wind. It's so graceful. Or you know, like a dandelion. It's like a funny name in Japanese. Tonapupa or something like that.
Tampopo.
Yeah, tampopo. One of the petals from the tampopo just like flying. It's graceful, and then it like spins through the air. Spin. It's very graceful.
あ、じゃあ英語のグレイスっていうのはそういうイメージがあるんだ。
Yeah. That's what grace means.
日本語で言ったら優雅。優雅。
Let's imagine a geisha who like dances with a fan.
あ、そう。確かにすごい。僕らに一番足りないものだと思う。
No, we don't have no grace. Zero grace. Zero 優雅。
藤井風さんは岡山の星なんです。本当に。
The star of 岡山。
僕も岡山に8年くらい住んでましたから。
おー。
住んどったけね。住んどったけねは広島県。グレイスってどんな曲なんだろうね。
Like an ancient Japanese like. And then it would be like somebody like going on like this.
いや、それ。いや、
like that. There's a possibility.
面白いな、あなた。
Why?
それでは行ってみましょう。
Oh, wow.
映画始まりそうやね。
Or The Simpsons is just
これね、待って。
Is this Thai?
アラビア語じゃない？
It says grace though.
What?
Grace.
ほんまや。
Yeah. So I don't think that it's a kind of. It's like just the text.
すげえよく読めるね。
It's English.
アメリカ人だもんね。お、
I like it. His soft tones of the voice. Kind of a different feel from the last song. Yo, I really like the 3 different tempos that are going on in the song. So you have the bass, boom, 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 and then you have the pianos, dun 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 dun, and then you have the voice like going at like a different tempo, and it all blends really, really well together.
風さんこんなとこで何されてるんですかね。
Oh, wait, what is he doing?
いや、わかんない。これ本当にインドなんじゃないこれ。
Is it? Woo! Just relaxing.
何してるの？
He's enjoying his life. I really like this.
かっこいいわ。
He's so cool.
声が優しいよね。
Yeah.
包まれる感じしない。
Right. It's like the music you typically listen to at a cafe or like when you're like studying. It's kind of like, you know how lo-fi is very popular nowadays? This is the kind of in that same genre where he's using a very soft, whispery kind of voice.
そう、ウィスパーボイスがいいよね。
Yeah. That's so nice. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
え？
What?
ちょっと待って。
What?
今の神様。
I think so. It looked like one of the Indian gods or something like that.
歌詞がすごいなって思ったのが、
What?
めちゃくちゃ優しい声で、
Uh-huh.
助けて神様。
Save me from what, dude? Oh my gosh. Ah, he has such a great style.
助けて。If you are inside.
Yeah, right. Oh. I believe that is Kami-sama. Oh. あ
あー、いいね。サビの前で ピアノだけになる感じ。じゃーん、じゃーん、じゃーんって、他のドゥンツドゥンツドゥンがどんどんなくなる感じ。
Right, right.
めっちゃ良くない？
dun dun dun
そうそう。
dun
で、それ
dun.
まであったこれがどんどんなくなっていくでしょ。
Right, right, right. And then it comes back.
そう。
Dun 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 dun.
でこれはピアノがすごい上手な風さんだからできるんだと思う。
Right. I couldn't help but notice that I finally made the connection that Asahi means sunrise. Because, like, you know, throughout my whole life, I just thought Asahi was, like, the name of a company. I thought it was, like, the name of. Yes, the beer. And then now I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense. Oh, my God. It's just Sonoma Asahi. Oh, my God. God damn. What?
動画と関係なさすぎる。雑な感じの服とか髪とか似合う
Oh,
よね。
yeah, yeah.
カバン1個でこうやってなんか、
Right, right.
世界一周の旅してそうよね。
In a place like this, right, it seems that he's very, very relaxed, doesn't really care about the way that he looks. He's just very, very chilled out. Like, it seems like a place where the most of your problems would come from, like, what am I gonna eat later today? The top of your problems, as opposed to like, oh God, like, am I gonna be able to work the next day? Am I gonna be able to eat the next day? I'm not sure. Like, should I start a family soon? You know, he's not thinking about that. He's like, 散歩行こうかな。あ
おへおいいね。
Yeah. Whoa! That harmony. He layered it with like two of the other voices. Did you hear that?
本当？
Yeah. Yeah. Ah.
すごい、ね。
Yeah.
歌詞すごいね。私に会えてよかった。
Yeah.
だって自分にはさ、もう会ってるわけじゃん。
Right.
毎日鏡見たらさ、またこいつかってなるわけ。多分、本当の自分に会えてなかったんだろうね。ずっと苦しんでたんじゃない？本当の自分じゃない、なくて、苦しんでて、本当の自分に会えて、自由になって、
Right.
で、涙も輝き始めた。だから、今まで多分苦しくて涙を流してたんじゃない？
Right.
で、
Right.
流してたけど、その時に流してた涙は輝いてなかった。本当の自分になれたから涙も輝き出した。
Yeah, yeah, it became golden tears. Graceful tears.
Oh.
Hey!
すごいね。
See? I really like all of like this imagery of just like him living his life and just like getting a snapshot into like everybody else's life inside of this country, right? I'm not sure where exactly this is taking place, but it seems like it's in kind of like a not so urban kind of area, right?
今調べたらインドで撮影したらしいね。
Oh, okay.
すごいね。確かにインドっぽいわ。
Yeah.
サビの Grace, Grace って海外に聞かれることを結構考えてるんかなって思った。
What do you mean?
日本語がわからない人でも聞いたら半分は楽しめるわけじゃん。そうそうそう。
優が指。お、かっこいい。
かっこいいな、クソ。
メガネ似合うよな。
Oh,
that's the one. Yeah, I think that's probably like the lyric that led him to film it in India, right? now that I'm dissecting the lyrics even further, maybe in the past, like when he was going through trying to find himself, it probably was much harder to find this grace inside of his life, you know? So we're looking at the end product, I feel. Like he's forgetting the sadness that he had in the beginning and now accepting who he is and accepting everybody else for who they are.
合ってるかわかんないけど、あなたは私、私はあなた、みんなと同じと気づいた時からって言ってるから、なんか他の人と比べて苦しんでたのかなと思って。
right, it is.
これ主人公がね。
Of course.
で、いや、自分だけがその特別しんどいとかそういうんじゃなくて、一緒なんだって思って楽になったのかなと思って。
I am me, you are you. Yeah. I think a lot of people struggle with that. They try to be somebody else, you know, they compare themselves ever so often, and that only leads to self-destruction. Because we live in a society where Instagram is popular, YouTube is popular, and you can't help but compare yourself to people online, right? And there's too many people to, like, compare yourself to, right? You forget that the only battle that you should be fighting is your own. You know, you should only be better than you were yesterday. You should only live for the 13-year-old that you used to be, and then now you should be a person that your 13-year-old would be proud of. That's the only kind of self you should be. And I think that he is expressing that through this song. I just want to make my 13-year-old self, your 13-year-old self proud. That's why I came to Japan.
他の YouTuber 見るじゃん。なんで僕より再生されてるんだろう。思うことあるよね。それを思わないように今日は。
Okay, yeah.
ああ、でも優しいね、声が、ね。
It is. What a beautiful song. This is so pretty. Uh, 確かにかっこいいね。
でしょ？
でしょ？
こんなにインド似合う人あんまいないよ。私もインド行きました。インド人のね、友達の結婚式があったから、その友達の家まで行って、ガンジス川でラフティングとかしました。
Rafting?
Rafting.
It's something that doesn't come with like a rock song, like, yeah, I am who I am, woo, I'm glad to be me, or like, what's it called, or like a kind of like inspiring song, yes, this is me, this is who I am, this is what I'm supposed to be, right? But instead, in a kind of a realistic approach, people realize that like, over time, in a kind of like chill kind of setting. Like there was a time that I realized like in high school, like, wait, if I just stopped caring about what everyone thinks, I would just be happier.
藤井風さんって今25歳くらいなのよ。
Oh, okay.
25歳でこの曲書こうって思うのがすごくない？
That's really cool, yeah.
25歳ってもっと、俺って感じ。
Don't you think that's, I don't know, that's really great for him to realize it at such like an early age? Maybe he struggled to find out, like, should I like be a comedian? Should I be like a musician? Maybe he wanted to meet somewhere in the middle. But you know what? Throughout everything, I'm just happy to be me, right?
インドってカラフルなのいいよね。
Right, yeah. I love the colors that they use in this video. There's a lot of like bright blues and reds. And the usage of light is just very, very cool.
見てこの目。
What?
かっこよすぎ。
Oh yeah, that's actually really cool.
インドの人にとって、青って結構神聖な色。なんだね。だから神様とかの肌も青に塗ってあるんだろうね。
Oh, is that why? Okay.
違ったらごめんなさい。どこ？
Wasn't this at the beginning?
本当の自分に出会った。
Maybe, yeah, that's true. That's so cool. Yeah.
うわ、すげえ。
Dude, this is like 幸せ。Oh my god. Wow.
聞いた？
Yeah.
Grace って。
Oh, I was listening to the lyrics. Like everything is dedicated for you. Like have the world in your hands. Grace. Yeah, something like that.
Grace みたいな。
Yeah.
すごいね。
yeah.
さらっとフェイク入れてくるから。
Right. It's not overpowering. It's just like it's not,
そう。
right. He's not trying to put emphasis on like his voice.
よく言ってくれた、それ。僕らがやろうとしたらさ、Grace とかやる。
Grace.
さらっとするからさ、
Yeah.
いいよね。
The one white jewel amongst all the colorful buildings. Hey, I like his moves.
これインドのダンスじゃない？
Right. That's so cool.
かっこいいな。
I like it. Dude, honestly, yeah, there it is. All right. Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, it's just the drums.
Oh.
Just be yourself, kids! Yeah. That's raw. That's right there. Oh, that's so cool. Wow.
また天の世界に戻って。
Wow, that was a beautiful song. Yeah, and performance. I really like the peace signs he uses. Like, like
よく日本人って自分探しの旅に出かけるのが
Yeah.
インド人気なのよ。
Are you serious?
本当に自分が分かんないってなった時にインドに行って本当の自分を探しに行くとかってあるんだけど、
Oh, why not America?
アメリカ行ったら本当の自分じゃなくてアメリカの自分になりそうだ。
That's true. You're right. You'll just become American if you come.
冗談ですよ、冗談です。
It's not. You'll become American if you come to the country. I feel like we don't really listen to songs that kind of have like a chill kind of vibe to it, but he puts a lot of skill. It's like a secret kind of like, oh, this is an actually chill song, but I'm actually using a lot of my vocal talent inside of the music. Yeah, throughout the vocal layering, throughout his harmonies, and throughout like the fake that he's doing, right, to the trills throughout the song. So it really shows a lot of what he believes in as an artist and how good he is like as a singer as well.
この曲聴いてて思うのは、本当の自分になろうよみたいな。
Yeah, it's the best idea that anybody can go for. And like, I feel like as you grow older, it kind of sometimes you forget. You forget. Like, I think that everybody falls into the trap of comparing themselves to somebody else, and they kind of like, oh God, why am I not as good? Why am I not good enough yet? I should be better. I can be better than this. I have so much more potential. And then you remember, oh wait, I shouldn't care about that. Yeah, because I've definitely forgot and remembered over the years, you know. And then throughout all of that struggle, you realize I should just live for me.
はい、ということで今日は藤井風さんのグレイス聞いてみました。どうだった？
Alright, yeah. I'm starting to relate to Kaze Fujii as like an artist, I think. His music really speaks to me.
特にあなたにね。特にあなたに。
Right.
時々藤井風さんが天使に見えてくるんだよね。
Oh, he's delivering the message.
そう、言ってることが。
Yeah.
なんか全部愛に満ちてんのよ。人を傷つけるみたいな曲というよりは、なんか自分の成長とか、他の人への愛みたいな、そのメッセージがすごい伝わってくる曲。
Yes, it is. He's very, very good at portraying that. Not in a very kind of direct way, but through like lyrics that kind of make you think about your own life, right?
僕らも藤井風さん見習ってね、皆さんに愛をお届けできるよう頑張りましょう。
10の愛よ。
それでは次の動画でまたお会いしましょう。バイバイ。 チャンネル登録
お願いします。